gonna get started in just a minute and supercharge your endurance, but I have to go get my microphone. We are now live. I will be right back. What up? Alright, busting out the supercharged microphone for our supercharged endurance. Get ready. I'm doing it. Alright, hi friends. Getting this party started. I just want to make sure that the Facebook Live is working. There we go. If you are watching, go ahead and comment in the chat box. Give me like a hey, what's up? Let me know who you are, where you are, all these fun things. I'm going to put it on here so I can stock the comments at the same time. Day by day. Hi, Karen! Alright. Life is what you make it. I mean, mine a paradise. Hang on, it's gonna do that weird thing. Give me them comments. There we go. Daisy Sunshine, evening from Michigan. What's up, guys? There we go. Let me get my notes. Yes, I have notes. I prepare for these things. All right, here we go. Boom. I actually stand. I'm feeling like standing up. My standing desk, just so you guys know, involves a pot that I'm putting this thing on. There you go. What song is, oh my God, do you love this song, Karen? Here, it's so fucking good. I have this whole playlist. I will put the playlist in the chat right now. I like literally listen to it like it's a fucking like mantra. I listen to 3 songs. The first 3 songs of this playlist, I listen to every freaking morning. Hang on. Here's my playlist. But these 3 songs, the first 3 songs, Pretty Girl Magic, Money Mantra, and Glow. Oh my God. Fuck. I love it so much. It is, yeah, it's my mantra. I could go on and on. Hi, Sin! Alright, I got that going. Let me get my comments back. We're gonna do this thing. For the first time ever, I have comments showing up on my how do I pop you out? Pop you out. Expand comments. Come on. Become like your own. I know there's a way to make you into a pop out. There we go. I did it. How many years into doing Facebook Lives are we? All right. I think we're there. I got Sin in the corner. I got the live up. Get my notes. There's a lot that goes into this preparation situation. There we go. You can live over there. You can go right here. Boom. A little version of my face to make sure I'm not making weird faces. There we go. It doesn't tell me people are on though, which is super weird. I'm sure there's 1,000 of you because this shit is awesome. All right, here we go. We're here. We're doing it. What's up, everybody? I'm Chrissy Crash, and I am so very excited to be with you today, teaching you how to supercharge your roller derby endurance. So basically, why is endurance important for roller derby? Look, I say this all the freaking time. I tell this to my clients. It is something that I eat, sleep, and breathe during my own roller derby career, and that is that endurance wins games. Why does endurance win games? I mean, let's really think about this. Like, does it really matter if you have good endurance? Like, is that important? Yeah, for like getting around the track fast, right? For being able to, go from one jam to the next. If you get caught in a penalty spiral, being able to, go multiple jams in a row. If you have injured skaters and your team is down, being able to play is important. But it goes deeper than that, right? Like, endurance is more than just like the stamina part, the physical ability to do it. But it's what that kind of endurance allows you to do as a player that I think is so important. Because here's the thing, in roller derby, it's not that you have to just skate around the track and hit people and do stuff, but you have to think and you have to communicate. And if, for example, as a jammer, if you're coming around the track, you're hitting the pack, and you need to tell your offense how to do something, or you need to communicate, and you're so gassed that you can't get words out of your mouth, then you can't be top level roller derby skater. So for me, what endurance allows communication. Endurance allows all the high level thought processes that need to be going on in your head while you're on the track. And so one of the things that I find when I work with my clients is they get better at roller derby when their endurance gets better, not just because they get physically stronger, but now they can be a more versatile player. Now they can be a pack leader on the track. Now they can communicate. Now they don't have that crazy like, oh, what's going on brain, because they actually have enough oxygen to their brain because they're fit. And so it's important that you understand that endurance for roller derby, I'm not just talking about passing your minimum number of laps. I'm not just talking about scoring points. I'm talking about the kind of high level player that you can be when you're no longer having to think about your physical fitness. Okay? And so my mission today is to help you guys supercharge your endurance. Okay? So I'm going to give you sort of some tips and tricks and ideas and ways that you can supercharge your endurance, and it is going to be your job coming off of this live to put this stuff into practice. So comment in the chat box right now with "I'm gonna do it" if you are going to get off this Facebook Live and you are committed to putting some of this stuff into practice. Comment in the chat with "I'm gonna do it." I'm gonna do it. You could also just put a 1. I would accept a 1 in the chat if you're like, "I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be number 1." Right? If you're listening to the podcast version of this, you can message me the number 1. I'll allow it. Lydia says I'm going to do it. Catherine's got the 1. There we go. People are doing it. I love it. I love it. So there's a couple different ways that you can superpower and supercharge your endurance. Okay, so I'm going to give you sort of Chrissy Crash's top 5 training ways that you can supercharge your endurance after I shut this door so that my dog will not be so loud. There we go. I mean, I can't be mad at him. He's protecting this house, so it's acceptable that he's being a loud dog. So let's get into this. So what are some ways that you can supercharge your endurance? I think a lot of us think of, when we think of endurance, we think, well, I gotta run, or I gotta get on the elliptical. So when we're talking about those kind of things, maybe going and skating outside, this is what we call long steady distance, or LSD. Okay, this is one way to boost your endurance. This does things like increase your VO2 max, meaning the way that your body processes oxygen. Long steady distance is what's going to help your body be prepared for, big, long tournaments, things like that, where you're going to do a lot of stuff for a long period of time. Okay. Now, that is one kind of endurance that we want to supercharge. So this can be done by going for long beach skates, going for long runs, going and doing like the elliptical, anything like that. Okay. I find that those are really great, like I said, for the mental capacity of having big, long practices, having big, long days. Okay. The next thing that you can do is interval sprints. So I think that interval sprints are hands down one of the best ways to increase your endurance for roller derby. Typically when I do interval sprints, when I'm really focusing on kicking up my endurance, what I'm doing is I will go to the gym. I will get on that horrific stair climber that looks like an escalator, but it's going backwards, and do sprints on it. I attribute most of my kick-ass, unshakable endurance in my roller derby career to this frickin' stair climber. If I have clients that are going to the gym, I'm like, you need to do stair climber finishes. And the way that you can do this is you start out just doing maybe like 15 seconds, and yeah, you push that button all the way up to run. You push it up to like 15 or 20, you're like, oh my God, I'm running on the stairs. Oh my God, I'm doing it. And then as soon as you hit that 15 seconds, you turn that sucker all the way down. Sometimes you just hop off it and you just stand there and you pant and you cry a little bit, and then you get on and you do it again. Even if you do 15 seconds 10 times, great way to start. Give yourself a solid 45 seconds to a minute in between those. This is a really great way to stimulate the intense bursts of speed that you're going to need during a roller derby bout. It's incredible. So I love it. Can't say enough about the stair climber. Another way that you can do this, number 3, is through HIIT training. Okay, so HIIT training you can do, you could use a treadmill. You could, do this with different kinds of, my brain just stopped working. Sorry, my dog is barking so loud. I'm hoping no one's robbing my house. Hang on. Hey, who's out here? Are you protecting this house? Brisket, come. Come. Louisa! The joys of living in Costa Rica. It's a horse. There's just a horse with a baby horse. Just a baby horse with a horse out there. That's what my dog's doing. Okay, here we go. Back to it. So HIIT training. So HIIT training is something that you could do as more like a circuit. So you could do put together a whole bunch of different exercises, like body weight exercises or weightlifting with kettlebells, with dumbbells, and you can do some kind of high intensity interval training. So maybe you're doing a whole bunch of squat thrusts for a couple, like a minute, and then you're gonna wait for a minute, and then you're gonna do lunges for a minute, and then you're gonna wait for a minute, and you're gonna do push-ups for a minute. This is a really, really great way to get that start, stop that you're gonna get in derby, and tag team getting your weightlifting at the same time. Okay, now that's the difference, right? If we're just doing interval sprints, you're just focusing on that sprinting. Whereas with HIIT training, it's almost like doing interval sprints, but with weight training. So it's a really good way if you're a busy athlete, you don't have a ton of time, this is a really great way to get most bang for your buck. Okay. Another option is you can do circuit training. Now the difference between circuit training and HIIT training is HIIT training is typically more like you're going to do it and then rest and then do it and rest. Whereas if I'm doing a circuit, I'm not doing a ton of rest in between. Okay. So I might, for me personally, when I do circuits, I will alternate upper body, lower body, upper body, lower body. So I'm doing one upper body thing and then I'm going and doing a lower body thing. So I'm allowing my muscle groups to rest, but still taxing my heart rate, still taxing my body consistently. Okay, this is a really, really great way to really work on getting minimal rest. So if you're someone who's focusing, for example, on wanting to do multiple jams in a row, circuit training is a really, really great way to do that. Okay, and the last way, number 5, is Tabata training. So Tabata training is a series of intervals that are 20 seconds of intense activity and 10 seconds of rest. Okay, this is just a simple way if you want to boom, 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 bang it out. You can do 10 sets of this. It's a really great way to tax the body, but to at least get a little bit of rest in there. And it's another simple way to boost your endurance. Typically, if I'm doing more Tabata training, I'm doing this with things like skater jumps, lateral shuffles, agility type work. I'm doing something that's very explosive and aerobic, and anaerobic because it's such a short amount of time, as a different way of like switching it up. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is these are 5 really, really great ways that you can supercharge your endurance, okay? If you're someone who finds that by the end of practice you're super dragging and beat, try getting in some more long, steady distance, some LSD. Not the acid kind, but the roller skating or the running kind, right? If you're someone who is gassing out after a single jam, I want you to think about incorporating in those interval sprints or maybe in some HIIT training, okay? You know, if you're someone who's, my brain just stopped working. It just stopped. This is what happens when I do Facebook Lives after 5 p.m. If you're someone who's looking to really like all around level up, like if you want to have unstoppable endurance, if you want to build your strength and power at the same time, I find that HIIT training and circuit training are going to be the most bang for your buck. Okay, so if you're a busy athlete, look at doing HIIT training or circuit training where you're incorporating your weights and all of that into your cardio. If you've got a little bit more extra time, like back when I had plenty of time, I would go do like HIIT training, and then after my HIIT training, I would finish with interval sprints on the stair climber. Now, this is above and beyond, my friends. Like this is the stuff that like if you want to be unstoppable on the track, you're gonna have to do more than just some run-of-the-mill squats every once in a while. You're going to have to make sure that you have dogs that love horses. You're gonna have to make sure that you're putting in that extra oomph, okay? Now, this is not only working your body physically. Well, there's a giant dog. That's not our dog. I don't know if you can see this giant dog. Come for a walk with me, everyone. Hi, you don't live here. I know, look. It's not a horse. It's just a dog the size of a horse. Hi, you gotta go. Bye. Stand by, everyone. Just a horse-sized dog. Hi, you gotta go. You don't live here. This is why you don't leave your door open in Costa Rica. My goodness. What an eventful Facebook Live we've had today, my friends. So here's the deal. If you want to elevate your endurance, if you want to supercharge your endurance, then you don't have to live in the gym, okay? If you just add this stuff in 3 days a week and you just pick from this list, whether it's HIIT training, interval sprints, circuit training, Tabata training, long steady distance, and just start doing it, number one, something is better than nothing. Once you start doing that, boosting up the length of these workouts and boosting up the intensity is how you're going to become unstoppable. When you can get to the point where you can do high intensity work for 2 solid minutes with 30 seconds rest, and you can do that for like 30 minutes in a row, that's the equivalent of being able to absolutely smash an entire half of a roller derby game without a break. And so if you're someone who wants to get to that high level of roller derby, I think that's a really easy, not easy, but it's a very simple goal or metric to shoot for, is to be able to simulate an entire half or an entire whole game of roller derby through your physical fitness training. And it will make you unfucking stoppable. And again, remember, this isn't just about the physical training. This is about you now being able to think clearly on the track. You now being able to communicate without gasping for air. You know, we were just in Colombia last week. I was with my team here in Costa Rica. And we went to this tournament in Colombia. And I have to say, you know, I haven't been playing a lot of roller derby, right? Like I haven't been skating a ton here in Costa Rica because my team lives like 8 hours away. But I have been focusing on my endurance, and Colombia is at 8,500 foot elevation. Yeah, if you think Denver is rough, try like adding another 30%. But what I did before I left is I focused. I knew, all right, you know what? I have roller derby skill, and I know that endurance wins games. And so I went and I did a shitload of spin. I actually teach spin class, so I tortured all of my spin students with 2-minute workouts with 30 seconds rest. And I absolutely slayed myself for a couple of weeks leading up to it. And what happened is when I got there, my body was prepared. And so while maybe my agility wasn't as good as it needed to be, but my communication was incredible because I could go for these long periods of time and not lose my gas, not lose my wind, be able to communicate with my team. And so, I've never been like the greatest roller skater. I've never been, the one that had the fancy footwork. I've never been the one that was incredible at strategy. What I had is I had endurance and I had communication. And I really believe with those two things alone, you can be an incredible roller skater. We see all these videos of people doing like fancy shit, but you don't have to be that magical twinkle toes person to be great at roller derby. You can do it through incredible endurance and powerful communication skills. So that's what I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I would like to see your plan. So you can comment in the chat box. You can screenshot the podcast and send me your plan through Facebook, Instagram, any of the above. But I want to know what you're going to do. And if you need help with building an endurance plan, that's what Crash Course does. You can either join Roller Derby Training Club, which is a done-for-you fitness app, $9.99 a month. You can just go to rollerderbytrainingclub.com. Or if you want more custom workouts, if you need help with nutrition, if you want help with mindset, building habits, building routines, the holistic approach, then you can always shoot me a message and ask me about Crash Course. We do 12-week programs. We help skaters become MVPs. It is what we freaking do. So whether you're doing this solo or you're doing it with us, all I can say, my friends, is life is a contact sport. She who touches the most lives wins. So go out there, smash some people on the track, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.